Chris Tyson is apparently some guy from the Mr. Beast YouTube channel. I don't watch the Mr. Beast YouTube channel. I had never heard of this guy until he decided to leave his new bride and very young child to pretend to be a woman and indulge all of his sexual desires and abandon his responsibilities and his family. So this guy, Chris Tyson, 6 months ago decided that he's going to be a woman. So this guy, Chris Tyson, has shown off his new transformation. And it was very funny. They posted the pictures yesterday, and they showed, here's his amazing, or they said her, amazing transformation. And you looked at the pictures, and the only difference is that it looked like he put some lipstick on. Because he already had kind of long hair. He already looked like a lib, which is to say he looked kind of... To look like a lib if you're a man is to just kind of dress a little bit like a chick. But he put some lipstick on. They said, wow, look at this amazing transformation. I just thought of that meme from The Office, you know. Show me the difference between these pictures. They're the same picture. It's just one has lipstick on. Here he is describing that journey of personal growth, quote unquote.
Once I came out to myself, I came out to myself with my therapist. And it took like 3 therapy sessions where I was like, I've known this for a long time. I'm pretty sure. And then I was, you know, and then I was like, I am a woman. And it was hard for me to say that because I was so scared of saying I am a woman and then instantly hearing, no, you're not. Because in my head, I fought with that every day.
That's the conversation you were having with yourself.
There was a voice in the back of my head that just hated me. Everything I did hated me. And it wasn't until like I started accepting myself and being kind to others and like just listening to what my body wanted. Like that's when that voice started going away. Started taking HRT. Haven't heard from that voice in a very long time.
Where do you think that part of you has gone?
I hope it's locked away.
Do you think it's disappeared entirely?
Yeah. That person, that little piece of me.
F that piece of me. F me. That's what these guys are saying. Nothing that he says can be believed. And do you know why? You know what the giveaway is? When he says, look, it's just when I started being kind to people, that's when it all turned around. Like you were kind to your wife and toddler? I don't think you were particularly kind to them. I think you were extremely cruel to them and abandoned them and abandoned your responsibilities in life. Even a little toddler, even your own flesh and blood, I don't think that's kind at all. And I have a great deal of pity for him because this is deeply sad. The cruel acts that he's committed against his family are disgusting. And I have a great deal of pity for him. And I think there are a lot of people like this. You never see the glitzy interview with this guy's family, do you? You never see the glitzy interview with the trans widows. You never see the glitzy interview with the kids whose lives are going to be completely screwed up as a result of this. Can you imagine the therapy that kid is going to need? It's just a sad fact. And this gets to my extra point here, which is, look, the culture has been very hard on families for a long time. And lots of people have needed lots of therapy for all sorts of reasons. Rates of divorce have skyrocketed, family breakdown, and it messes kids up. And when the libs say, well, don't worry, kids are resilient. Oh, kids are resilient. I hate that phrase. Because kids are resilient is the thing that people say to absolve themselves of the guilt of screwing up little kids. That's all it is. Oh, kids are resilient. Are they? I think they're very vulnerable, actually. And I think that's why you have obligations to treat them well and to comport yourself with dignity. And when you don't, that's going to screw them up, and that's your fault, man. But it gets to my other point here, which is therapy. It says, I just realized when I was with my therapist that I'm a woman. Well, then your therapist should probably lose his license. Because your therapist told you something that isn't true and led you into very destructive behaviors. And people who go see therapists for a long period of time, 99 times out of 100, I've seen it not help them. 90 times out of 100, I've seen it hurt them, actually. I think that talk therapy can be a good thing. I know at least one person who was cured by it, and that would be Andrew Klavan. I know that there are good therapists out there. I don't think psychology is a completely lost endeavor. But just practically speaking, the people who go to their therapists for a long time either just go to get drugs. They're just effectively glorified drug dealers who went to medical school, in the case of psychiatrists, or the people who go just either stagnate or their conditions get worse. And so if something's not working, then you've got to change it. If your behavior is not improving your life and is not in accord with reality, then you've got to change it. And you're just going to continue to lie to yourself, except when those little glimpses of honesty accidentally peek out. Like at the end of that interview there, he says, and I just told myself, F you, myself, F you, I hate you. I hate you. And the you is the me. F you. That's not the sign of therapy that's working. That's not the sign of a lifestyle that is conducive to your flourishing.